So I just came back from a walk and I'm feeling heavy and I'm looking at my face now and it's like I got three chins, and um, I got my belly hanging out. It's like I feel like I'm Father Christmas or something. I actually, this is the amazing thing. I I came here 5 years ago, here in Florida, 5 years ago from England. And in England, I was a health coach and I was a personal trainer. I was in the health industry, creating seminars and all about health. And then I went more into the personal growth and so on, and sort of let myself go, so to speak. And I've lived a life. If you've seen the film The Avengers, you see Thor in it. Now, I wasn't as good as Thor to begin with, but I'm just saying Thor, he went through a transition and it goes to 5 years later, and it's this big fat guy, this is Thor, who is mighty Thor, and then it's this big fat guy. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's me, exactly 5 years, right? And I thought, like many of us, and I've done this a few times over the years, like many of us, I've thought, oh, okay, enough is enough. That's it. I've got, as many of you might know, we've got our weekend seminar coming up. We love our weekend seminars because that's where true transformation happens, for ourselves included, because every time it's different. And I was thinking, well, come on, you got to be somewhat of a role model. I mean, I'm not saying I need to be a fitness model or anything, but I can't waddle into this and say, you can have a real happy life just like me. Ho, 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 I thought that seems a bit sort of out of sync. And my immediate thought was, what diet should I do? Whoa. Now, first of all, even when I was in the industry, I wouldn't have given people a diet, so to speak. Diet being you might say as a verb as opposed to a noun. Diet is just, we all have a diet. A diet is what we eat, right? But I'm talking about the verb diets, the doing part of it. And what are diets? Diets tend to, and I'm generalizing, but tend to either cut down the amount you eat, either it's putting you in a box of some description, right? And even when I was teaching this stuff, I would never actually advocate that, because the science has shown this time and time again that people who diet are worse off than the people who have never dieted. I almost swore then. How crazy is that? And I'm one of those people. I've done that. I've done every diet. I used to use myself as a human guinea pig. And I just stopped. I thought, oh my gosh, even I was falling into that trap of going into the commercialized idea of what's good for me. And I thought, no. So what I want to do, here's my little rant. What I want to do, I'm not going to give you my credentials and everything. Just know that I was in the industry. I know pretty much the ins and outs of how it works. I could give you prescriptions left, right, and center. I'm qualified in nutrition even to do that to a point. I'm not a dietitian, but I'm qualified in nutrition to give you advice. Okay, and I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is show you, as I'm doing this with myself, how you have all you ever need within you. And I say that all the time in every other area of life, but in this, there's no exception. You don't need people's advice on what's good for you, what's bad for you. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't listen to that. I'm saying listen to it, but listen to it with an open mind. I was at one point, I was on the carnivore diet. which sounds crazy, but in actual fact, it felt really good. I actually felt good within it. And then, I sort of went off the wagon, so to speak, because you can't just live on one thing alone, or rather I couldn't. And then I got into the medical medium, and he was saying, hey, fruit is so good for you. It's so overlooked. And I was like, yeah, I'm missing fruit. I really was, because I love fruit. And that made a massive difference. But he was saying, well, you can't do this, and you got to have these, and these are bad for you, and these are, and I'm like, whoa, too much information. But what I did was I took the nuggets of wisdom from each. The carnivore diet was telling you that, a lot of these artificial things are just so bad for you, right? Again, that's prescription. So I'm just giving you an idea of what I was thinking or what I heard. And then the medical medium was saying too much fat in your diet is the cause of your liver being overdosed, whatever it is. And as a consequence, of course, you're gonna put on weight because your liver's struggling like crazy. So in order to get your weight down, you get your liver back on track. And of course, that made sense in health anyway. But the two had good nuggets of wisdom. First of all, I eat decent meats, but I don't eat as much as I was before. And I also eat a lot more veg, and I eat a lot more fruit. But what I've cut out a huge amount is the excess fat that I was putting on everything, like butter and olive oil. Yeah, I'm not saying don't have it. I'm just saying that we put so much on it because we think it's good for us, so we have to have it on everything. And we don't even taste the food that we're eating. So that's just a little thing. And none of these are prescriptions. And I'm not going to give prescriptions. What I am going to say is I am going on a journey up until August the 1st, when it's the first day of our weekend seminar. So up until August the 1st, I'm going on a journey to intuitively get myself back in shape. Now, I'm not talking about I'm going to be walking, I'm not going to be doing any fitness modeling anytime soon, right? I'm simply saying that, I'll have one chin instead of three, and I won't be afraid to sort of, sit down because my belly's hanging out or something like that. So I'll feel comfortable. Now, here's the thing. This is what I'm not doing. I'm not doing it. I'm not checking my weight. I'm not, there's lots of things I'm not doing. I'm not measuring anything. I'm not measuring anything except how I feel and how I look in clothes. That's it. That's my only measurement. Everything else, I'm not measuring my waist and seeing if it's going down a couple of inches, anything like that whatsoever. I'm going to know. If I can get my pants up again, then I know that I've lost weight, right? You don't need any scales to tell you that. The fluctuations in weight and so on is just crazy. So I want to live my life. That's how I want to do this. So what I'm going to do is every Monday at 9 a.m., I'm going to do it at 9, and it's just going to be maybe 10 minutes or so, maybe even less. Depends on, who's interacting with me. If you're interacting with me and you want a discussion, then of course I'll go for it. I want you to send me your questions. Send me your comments, send me your ideas, right? You can either send them to me at Spread Happy, on our Facebook page, or you can interact with me as I'm talking here on Monday at 9 a.m. Now, if you can't make it, just send it in advance or send it after or whatever. And then you can always obviously watch the replays. But let's do it together. Bring it on, I'm going to show, I haven't even touched the surface of what I'm going to show you, because I'm going to show you, as well as myself, how you can intuitively know what to eat, when to eat, and why you're eating it. Okay, why you're eating is probably going a bit over the top, but the rest. And as a consequence, you'll find your beautiful, healthy weight. And it will be effortless. So there you go. I've rambled on. I'll see you 9 a.m. on Monday. Okay. You take care.